111 Special Report.
Hello and welcome. This morning we would like to present some research that we have done on the topic of coal mining. This topic is important to all of us because it affects both our local community and the world over. Three of our most trusted reporters have done long and strenuous investigation on this topic in order to present to you what they have found. We would like to first present the topic of the economy and the large impact the coal industry has on our local and the world's economy. For this report, we'll turn to Nick, live from the New York Stock Exchange in New York.
Ryan, I'm here at the New York Stock Exchange, and yes, despite what you've heard about, new evidence is emerging that seems to prove coal mining is not worth it. As recently as 2007, the Kentucky Environmental Foundation, or KEF, led a study of healthcare costs due to medical complications from coal. They specifically targeted asthma, which affects 1 in 10 Kentuckians here. The KEF study showed that healthcare costs involved with treatment, hospitalization, and medication came in at over $62 million. They also cited another study done by Public Health Reports, finding that due to 2,000 annual deaths related to coal mining, the region of Appalachia is losing $10 billion every year. Finally, it is estimated that total costs due to health-related issues from coal reach $17 billion annually. To make matters worse, it is also estimated that coal mining in Appalachia only brings in $8 billion a year, which means a large loss of money. Something this region and something its people simply cannot afford. Back to you.
Thank you, Nick. As you can see, the issue is far broader and more in-depth than we could have ever imagined. In order to investigate the environmental impact of the coal industry, I flew to Shaanxi province in China in order to interview one of the local people there, Ho-Pei Li, and get his first-hand experience of the coal industry there and around the world. We'll now take you to this interview previously recorded. Thank you. I'm here in Shaanxi province to ask a local man a few questions about his first-hand experience with the coal industry. Mr. Li, do you believe the coal industry to be a bad thing?
When talking about coal mining, some people may say yes, but some people may say no. It's hard to directly simply say coal mining is good or bad, but we can say it's bad to the environment because everything is a double-edged sword.
Why do you think coal mining is bad to the environment?
The pollution of coal mining comes from two parts, mining coal and burning coal. Mining coal means the pollution comes from the coal mining itself, and burning coal means the pollution comes from when people use coal to do something. For example, before coal mining process, miners will cut the trees, blast mountain, pump out the underground water, and during the coal mining process, the wind blows dust to the towns nearby. These are pollution from mining itself, but it's just a very little part. There are over 85% of coal pollution in the world is emitted when people burning coal.
How specifically does the coal mining pollute the environment?
Like a coal-fired power plants, a coal-fired steel plants, or coal-fired heating station. This should be considered the main reason of pollution of coal.
As far as the pollution in America and China is concerned, how do you think it differs?
As you can see, in the Shaanxi province of China, the atmosphere is seriously polluted. Tons of dust float in the air. People who breathe the air may seriously sick. But in America, here we are in Kentucky, we can see the sky is still blue. It's hard to imagine that we are living in a coal mining state.
What do you think the main cause of this difference is?
I think it's the attitude of people and government. They only care about the short-term interest. They will forget the pollution when they get money. For example, the Ordos city in Inner Mongolia of China is very famous in China this year. Recently, engineers find billion tons of coal is located under the city. But the Ordos city isn't famous because of the coal, it's because it's very rich. In the news, it says in Ordos, there is a billionaire in 200 people, a millionaire in 15 people. People there love to buy lectures such as Nemo, but they are getting rich just in several years. In 2000, the city's GDP is just 1.5 billion RMB, but in 2011, the number rocketed to 322 billion RMB. The reason of that is the coal mining, and the residents there are happy to sell their lands to the mining company for becoming rich, but they didn't do anything for protecting the environment. They believe that they can control the pollution after polluting. It's like they use 20 years to mine coal and put the environment problem aside, but when the resources run out, they will begin to fix the environmental problem. Both residents and the government ignore the pollution when they become rich.
Anything else you want to say about this issue of coal mining pollution?
I think Americans really do very well on this issue. They will stand out to stop things that may hurt them. After years of mining, Kentucky can still keep such a good environment, which really impressed me. I don't think waiting for many years and then start controlling the pollution is a good idea. I would say control the pollution, lower the mining rate now, or prepare for moving to the moon after 20 years.
As you can see, this first-hand perspective is a very unique one that we should take great value in. Back to you in New York. Thank you, Hope. As you can see, he brought an interesting first-hand perspective from his living in Jiangxi province. It is important for us all to remember that what we do, both here and abroad, impacts the environment greatly. However, all hope is not lost. Dylan is here to report to us about the great strides made in alternative energy. Dylan?
Thank you, Ryan. And I'm here to talk about alternative energy sources and how they can be more viable than coal. By 2050, 1/3 of the world's energy will need to come from alternative energy sources. And this doesn't come from some anti-pollution organization. This comes from the head honchos of the oil business, BP and Shell. If we're going to start heading in the right direction, we need to do it now. Through my research, I have found 3 alternative energy sources which can help wean Kentucky off its coal dependency. These 3 sources are wind, solar, and hydroelectric energy. Wind energy is the fastest growing source of power on the planet. In 2008, the U.S. surpassed Germany as the world leader in installed wind. The United States is even known as the Saudi Arabia of wind because of its abundance. Wind energy isn't just readily available, it's affordable, reliable, and pollution-free. As of 1999, there was enough wind energy in the U.S. to power 5 cities the size of Miami. We're predicted to make great strides as we head into the future. Solar energy, probably the only energy source more abundant than wind, has made a great impact on our economy in recent years. There are over 5,500 solar energy companies employing people throughout the U.S., making solar energy one of the fastest growing sectors of our economy. If you're scared that losing coal plants will lose Kentuckians' jobs, well, solar energy has generated 7 times as many jobs as fossil fuels like coal have in the last decade. While hydroelectric energy may not be as readily available as solar or wind energy, it's still a practical energy source. People have been using flowing water to produce energy for centuries, and today we have the technology to harvest this energy on an incredible scale. Hydroelectric energy is also very easily maintained and very nearly pollution-free. Just like coal, alternative energy does have its downside. Most types, including the 3 I previously named, have very high investment costs, and it may take some time for the benefits to surpass this initial investment. Sooner or later, we'll no longer be able to choose between renewable or non-renewable energy sources, which is why we need to start focusing on energy sources such as solar, wind, and hydroelectric energy now. Once the coal runs out, we'll be forced to find new ways to produce energy. However, if we remain persistent and determined to stray away from coal, then I believe that one day we'll be able to run completely off of renewable energy. Thank you.
Thank you, Dylan. A truly inspiring report. Clearly, the coal industry has major strides that need to be taken. However, it is not to say that it has not taken many already. In recent years, the coal industry has made great strides in cleaning up its act and trying to provide a cleaner source of energy for us all. We here at News Channel 111, WORD, believe that it is our responsibility to inform you, the viewers, of all facets of this industry, which is why you now hold the power. We would like to thank you for watching, and thank all our special reporters for all their contributions. This is Ryan Lee, signing off.